Good morning, everyone. Woo! Welcome to day 2 of GamesBeat Summit. You know, every year Dean gives welcoming remarks, and this year I have the honor and privilege to join him and say a few words. We're kicking off a bold new chapter for GamesBeat, which means it's a bold new chapter for the industry. And we hope to set a new standard of how gaming, entertainment, and tech media is going to drive real change. Our mission is clear: to deliver trusted insights, create meaningful connections, and define what's next in this ever-evolving space. As the first woman CEO of a gaming publication, I couldn't be more proud of this moment, but also of our team and the path ahead and the work we're about to do together.
Yay.
We couldn't be more excited to have you all here today as we take these first steps in this exciting new chapter. So let's make this summit a great place for collaboration, opportunity, and most importantly, fun. Thank you for being a part of this journey. We're just getting started, and we can't wait to see what we build together. So let's build the future together. Let's do this. Thank you, Dean.
All right. Thank you. Thanks to Gina for that intro. It's nice to feel back. There's a quote from one of my favorite books where the last line is, "Well, I'm back." It feels like I just finished a 17-year journey, and now there's a new one starting all over again. And as an English major, I love to think about the last lines of books that I've read, like The Great Gatsby's ending. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. I had no idea what this meant when I read it as a student, but I knew there were words there that were part of a great piece of literature. Right? And if you're here and know if you're one of the 3.5 billion gamers on the planet, you're more likely to be pondering the meaning of the last line of your favorite video game. Because as we all know, game culture has risen to the point where it is now simply mass culture. I like how in the game The Last of Us, the opening scene and the last scene are like bookends. They resonate. And I'm glad they didn't change the last line of The Last of Us for HBO. Some of our most popular stories at GamesBeat have been about the ending of BioShock and how to get to the right ending in Until Dawn. And our grandchildren are probably going to be quoting lines from games that are made for Fortnite, Minecraft, or Roblox. So the art form changes, but the human message behind the art, that's eternal. I'm seriously geeking out here, but this is our stage, right? And it's yours. So would you kindly please welcome the new GamesBeat? Welcome to GamesBeat Summit 2025. We're at the intersection of tech, games, and entertainment. And since you came here to see us in our community, we see you. You are not invisible. Your presence here reminds me of the opening line of a very good novel, The Invisible Man, by Ralph Ellison. I am invisible simply because people refuse to see me. If you lost a job and are looking for a chance to break into the industry, we see you. We have 20 people here, courtesy of Amir Satvat's community of gaming fans and job seekers. Yeah. And a beginning is a very delicate time. Standing alone, many of you may feel that right now. Powerless to stop injustice, powerless to ensure fairness. We at GamesBeat are normally powerless to have our voice heard over the dragons of corporate media. But not today. You're standing alone. You're not standing alone today. We're GamesBeat and we stand with you. Today, you're in a house of journalism and community. After 2.5 years of rough times, we are here to celebrate the fact that the game industry is still standing, and we're still standing to cover it to the best of our ability. and today we're here to inspire you to go onward. And late at night, when many of you are playing Civilization and want to go one more turn, I'm up at night writing one more story. And that is because I know that if we don't cover this story, if we don't write about one more game startup, then the odds are very good that no one will write that story. And I've written more than 26,000 stories across 17 years at VentureBeat. My colleagues Mike and Rachel have written their share as well. And that's a signal of our commitment to the industry. We've now spun off from VentureBeat as an independent company, no ties. We have all of the library of GamesBeat stories written over the years that will live under the new gamesbeat.com URL. Gina Joseph, our CEO, is here to strengthen our relationships with our audience and partners and to help us build this new era for GamesBeat as the media authority for this evolving industry. And she's hired G. Bolis to help us broaden our reach with strategic partners. David Glass and Kathy Simpson are still here to ensure smooth events and great operations. Marta Ordaig is helping with our marketing. On the writing side, we have me, Mike, and Rachel. It's a small team, but we're supported by dozens of advisors and community partners. Our strategic advisor is Peter Levin. And then there's all of you and our volunteers. I'm very proud that our team has been able to pull off this conference while we were in the process of spinning out. And yeah, it's a pretty intense process sometimes. Many of you have offered to help and stand ready to support us. We thank you for that. We can use your help doing what you have done for 17 years for us. And that means reading our stories, sharing them on social, engaging with our social content, just raising our awareness, reading our newsletters, signing up for our events, sponsoring them if you're able, and just standing by us for the long term. So our mission is simple. We want to be a serious publication that produces both great stories and events that capture the greatness of the game industry around the world. Our industry has become so vast and ingrained in culture that you deserve a media that's capable of understanding it and covering it in an authentic and professional way, and we're here to try to do that for you. And so here's what I've learned from years of telling stories. The truth isn't simple. Facts don't always support the narrative you want to tell. Like the time that I reported that Google was buying Twitch. It was a slight mistake. Those veterans, who were shown the door, maybe they're victims of ageism. We have a panel on that today. The CEO who was fired for being evil, maybe they were trying to save jobs and the board didn't have it. You have to hear stories from different perspectives. You can't hear what you want to hear. Like the Pentagon analysts 50 years ago, or New York editors who believed we were winning the Vietnam War, while their correspondents and soldiers in the field knew better. So at GamesBeat, our mantra used to be to follow the money, and that led us to things like the metaverse and blockchain and AI. But there's more. There's other mantras that are just as telling, like follow the gamers and follow the people. Once in a while, we write about bad actors in the industry, and we appreciate it when we get support for those stories. Our theme today is about getting back to growth, and it's a lot like last year's theme, only last year's growth didn't happen. So we're back to discuss it again. And it's not unlike Matthew Ball's big slide deck heard around the world. He pointed to 10 drivers that helped gaming grow over a decade, 8 initiatives that failed to catch on and to keep the growth going, 15 challenges that the industry still faces, and 11 possible growth engines that could reignite growth. So it's a complicated beast here. Let's hope that one of our discussions leads to a viable path forward. I know Adam Boyes is planning to hold a discussion in both an onstage talk and a roundtable here. The roundtable with Amir Satvat, that will provide solutions to these challenges. And we've got 105 speakers here. We know that we have diverse viewpoints, in part because 53% of our speakers come from diverse backgrounds, and 35% are women. We have hit numbers like this for as long as I can remember now, doing these GameSpeak conferences. I don't know if you noticed, but there are more women than men at GameSpeak these days. And in spite of our current political climate, we're proud to promote the different perspectives needed to come up with the right answers and points of view. We've had another great Women in Gaming session here, moderated by Rachel Kaiser, brought to us by Exola. We've got our Visionary Awards being presented by Andrea Renee, coming up at 10:15 in this room. We have our first Accessibility in Gaming panel from the ESA during lunch at 12:30 today. And we don't know where we're all going to wind up. It's a chaotic time. Our course isn't set, and it sometimes feels like we're a sailor on the seas of fate, which is a Michael Moorcock novel for you guys. It's sometimes we can poke the giant in the eye, like Epic Games has done in its battle with Apple. As for our direction, we may get crushed by fire-breathing dragons in the media, but as Arya Stark said upon greeting the god of death, not today. We have something that others don't have. We have our independence, our freedom. Today we're here with friends, and we have grown up with friends who were at the tiniest of game startups. You were all small once, and look where you are today. In fact, I wrote the very first story on NVIDIA in 1996, a time when it was one of 80 graphics chip companies. And the only thing Jensen Huang could think of at that time as a use for his graphics chip was as a Windows accelerator, because Windows was so slow, right? But Jensen is still someone I can talk to today, and now his company is worth $3.3 trillion. And my hope is that we look at companies like this in games and bring back balanced growth, which to me means growth in revenues, growth in jobs, growth in diversity, and acceptance of new technology. So we're not successful until we're doing all of that at the same time. But I'm not worried. I mean, we have 3.5 billion friends. I'm thankful to have your support and the support of our team, which at VentureBeat, including the folks who are now here at GameSpeak, our friends at VentureBeat who helped get this conference done, include Alyssa Hill, Brian Thurman, Nicole Patricio, Karen Horn, Mike Rosinski, Matt Marshall, Mark Gartenberg, Todd Boken, Gloria Lukos, and Alexei Eilink. We hope you enjoy our event and our community. As Humphrey Bogart said in Casablanca, this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. It feels like now we are fellow travelers on the same road as indies in the game business, and roads where we're going, we don't need roads.